Hello, and welcome to episode 133 of Rivers Arcade Review. My name is Ed. This channel is dedicated to the coin-operated video games of yesteryear. Today I'm doing a viewer request. Today's game was requested by the viewer Pac-Man Fan 2008, and the game they requested was Mr. Do's Castle. Mr. Do's Castle was released in 1983 by Universal. My first time playing this game was at Funtime Square in hometown Illinois. Mr. Do's Castle is a platform game in which you control Mr. Do with a 4-way joystick and a hammer button. You need to move your character through a multi-level castle to defeat the evil unicorns. These unicorns will come in 3 different colors. The red ones will be the main unicorns and will move the slowest. The green ones will move slightly faster, and the blue ones will be larger than the other 2 and move extremely fast. You must avoid all these unicorns because if one contacts you, you will lose a life. The game begins with your character at the ground level of the castle. The castle will consist of 5 upper levels as well as the roof level. The roof and ground levels will be solid, whereas levels 1 through 5 will have removable bricks on the floor. The roof level will have a gold door in the center of it as well as 5 flagpoles above. The blocks, door, and flagpoles will be covered later in the video. Each of the floors will be connected by ladders on both sides of the castle as well as ladders in the center of each floor. The outside ladders will be stationary as well as most of the ladders in the center area, although there will be several that will be movable ladders. These movable ladders between the ground floor and floor 1, floor 1 and floor 2, floor 3 and floor 4, and floor 4 and floor 5. The movable ladders will be at a slant and be fixed at the bottom. The floor above these ladders will have a large gap in them. You can climb up and down these ladders, although once you leave the top of the ladder and step onto the floor, stepping on the top of the ladder will cause the top of the ladder to move to the opposite side of the gap. You can strategically move these ladders to keep the enemies away from you. Floors 1 through 5 will have bricks that you can knock out with your hammer. There will be 4 types of bricks. The majority of the bricks will be white and have a cherry on them. Pressing the button will cause you to swing the hammer in the direction you are facing. Once you hit a brick, it will be knocked out and a gap will be left on the floor that you cannot cross, although you can fall through these gaps safely to the floor below. The second type of bricks will be yellow bricks with blue trim. These bricks will act the same as the cherry bricks. The third type of brick will be red with a white skull. The skull bricks will come in pairs and will have several yellow or cherry bricks between them. These bricks will act as a trap you can use to destroy several enemies at once. Knocking out one of the 2 skulls will set the trap, and knocking the second skull will activate the trap. Once the second skull is knocked out, all remaining bricks and enemies will be knocked to the floor below, and the solid floor will take its place. All enemies that fall will be destroyed. The fourth type of bricks will be blue with a yellow key. There will be 3 of these bricks on every level. Each time you knock out one of these bricks, the gold door on the roof will open slightly. These key blocks will be covered later in the video. The level begins with 5 red unicorns dropping from above onto the roof of the castle. You do have an offensive weapon against these enemies. You need to use the hammer to defeat the enemies, although there's more to it. Hitting a unicorn by itself won't defeat it, and it will only back up, so you need to use the bricks to defeat them. There are 2 ways you can do this. The easiest way to use the bricks to defeat the enemy is to hit the unicorns while they're on top of the bricks. Using the hammer to knock down the enemy while with the brick will crush them. The second way to defeat the enemies is to drop a brick on them. If you knock out a brick when there is an enemy below, it will land on them, crushing them. If an enemy falls into one of the gaps, it will be frozen there temporarily and will eventually be able to create a yellow brick to fill the hole and use it to push themselves safely out. Hitting an enemy when they're stuck in one of the gaps will knock them safely to the floor below, although once the replacement brick has been created, hitting the enemy will defeat it. Once you knock out the 3rd key block, the doors on the roof will fully open and a shield will appear. Collecting the shield will cause all the unicorns to change into the alpha monsters. Each of these monsters will have one of the letters E, X, T, R, A on them. You can crush these monsters with your hammer. Unlike the unicorns, you can crush them anywhere in the castle, not just by hitting them with the blocks. Each time you crush one of these monsters, whichever letter they had displayed on them will become a flag on the flagpole of the same letter on top of the castle. If you collect all letters that spell extra, you will earn an extra Mr. Do. Although this game doesn't have a timer, you still need to move in a timely manner. Once you are down to your last enemy and you don't clear the round in a timely manner, it will turn into 2 blue unicorns. These unicorns will be larger and much faster. Once you are down to 1 enemy unicorn, it will change to 2 blue unicorns approximately 15 seconds later. If you don't defeat these blue unicorns after about 45 seconds, they will redouble and will continue to redouble about every 15 seconds thereafter. If you lose a life, the blue unicorns will return to the original colored unicorn. There are 3 different ways to clear each castle level. The quickest way is to defeat all the enemies. The second way to clear each level is to spell extra. Spelling extra will not only end the level, but it will award you an extra Mr. Do. And the final way is to knock out all the cherry blocks. Once you reach the second castle, it will play similar to the first, although the ladder layouts will be different. The most noticeable thing is the ladder between the second and third floor will be missing on the left side. Also, the bricks will be laid out in a different pattern. Level 3 will play similar, although there will be even more ladders missing on the outside edges of the castle. In addition, it will be much harder to knock the unicorns down with the bricks, so you need to crush them from above or defeat them as an alpha monster. Beginning with level 4, there will be a green unicorn among the first 5 unicorns that land on the roof of the castle. Just like I mentioned earlier, these unicorns will be faster as well as harder to destroy. Levels 5 and 6 will have even fewer ladders on the edge of the castle as well as new ladder patterns. Beginning with level 7, there will be 6 unicorns at the beginning of each level. In addition to the extra unicorn, there will be 2 green unicorns as opposed to 1. Levels 8 and 9 will begin with 3 green unicorns as opposed to 2. Beginning with level 9, one of the unicorns will immediately turn blue at the start of each level. Just like before, the blue unicorns will multiply if they aren't destroyed in a timely manner. Starting with level 10, the levels will begin with 7 unicorns, and beginning with level 13, there will be 4 green unicorns at the beginning of the level. Level 14 will begin with 8 unicorns as opposed to 7. As the levels continue, the unicorns will increase in number as well as move much faster. The original versions of this game didn't have the cherry blocks on the castle floors. Instead, the bricks are the yellow and blue ones that the unicorns fill in the gaps with after they fall into the floor gaps. Since there are no cherry blocks, you will not be able to clear a floor by knocking bricks out since none of them have cherries. This game was also released under the name Mr. Do vs. the Unicorns. This game used the same code of the early version of this game and plays exactly like the version without the cherry blocks. Scoring for the game is as follows. You'll earn 20 points for knocking a block out of the floor, 500 points for crushing a red unicorn by knocking it through the floor with a block as well as dropping a block on it. You'll earn 1,000 points for knocking it down 2 levels, 1,500 points for knocking it down 3 levels, 2,000 points for knocking it down 4 levels, and 2,500 points for knocking it down 5 levels. Killing a green unicorn will earn you 2 times the points, and killing a blue unicorn will earn you 3 times the points you would have earned for killing a red unicorn. If you kill 2 unicorns at once, you will earn 2 times whatever you would have earned. Killing 3 unicorns at once will earn you 4 times whatever you will have earned, and killing 4 unicorns will earn you 6 times whatever you would have earned. I wasn't a big fan of this game, most likely since I wasn't good at it, but I would recommend playing it if you can find it on an emulator. I like this game more than Omega Race, but not as much as Wizard of War, so Mr. Do's Castle hits its way into the 85th position overall. Thanks for watching, I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any games you'd like me to review, please leave a message below or on my homepage. Please remember to hit like, share, and subscribe, and stay tuned to new videos every Sunday.